Alright. We are live. Okay, so first things first. It's been a minute. I think my last stream was a couple of weeks ago, maybe like a week or two ago. I had a good Christmas, first things first, and, what I'm doing here today is I'm gonna be doing a solo run for this game. So I'm just gonna do what I usually do. This is a permadeath game. You die permanently. You only have one life. I'm on legendary mode, which is the max difficulty. So enemies are tougher, yada yada yada, you get the drill. I'm just gonna pull up stream chat real quick, so I don't miss the, see stream chat. Alright, we're good. Alright, so typically when you play a game like this, you want to be as careful as possible, but I have enough playtime on this game to not do that, so I'm just going to be going balls to the wall and just go about it how I usually level up a character. So I guess you can kind of think of this as like a solo guide too. Not really though. I wouldn't follow any of my advice because I'm, you know, the ramblings of a stranger and whatnot, or of a madman. Anyway, just do what everybody does. Talk to this guy, kill 3 slimes, and then go out and kill those 3 slimes, come back, and get the move that he gives you. So not a lot has been happening. My last semester of college is actually starting up in a bit. I think on the 14th is when it starts. My first slime here. So this game is turn-based. Above all else, it is turn-based. And the whole gimmick is that you're like, It's in medieval times, obviously. It's got some inspiration from Dungeons and Dragons. There's multiple classes that you can be. What else? Not really much else to say. It's a pretty basic game. I actually need to save a couple of things, and I need to collect these things. I think the first thing that you should focus on when you're playing this game, starting out, is gathering slime chunks and everthistle. I think that's like the main thing that you should be worried about. Depending on what classes you want, there is a Trello to help you out with this game. I wouldn't recommend going into this game blind or without any friends, because it's a pretty difficult game to get your toes dipped into. Especially when there's a lot going on, because as you level up, the enemies get tougher. It's better to just go in with friends. So playing solo is not recommended, and even if you are playing solo, playing with randoms is definitely, I think, like in your list of priorities when it comes to playing this game. There are different races, and you can also use those races to gain advantages and whatnot. Like me, for example, I'm a Venari in this slot, so I get abilities, some passives and whatnot. Some races are better than others, and some races are just useless, in my opinion. You're never going to have a slot that is like unusable. However, like you won't ever have a character that can't put in their weight. There's no crazy meta in this game. This game's fairly easy, all things considered, if you know what you're doing. Which even if you don't, if you've ever played an RPG, it's pretty basic. You make the enemy die by doing damage. Status effects are in this game, and status effects usually they work the same way as they do in other RPGs. So you have your stun, it'll stun you for a turn. You have your You have your paralysis, you got your poison, DOT, whatnot. It's all the same. You have special status effects that do bonus damage, but you won't be seeing that early on in this forest at all. There's quite a bit of things to do in this forest, actually. First things first, when you're starting the game out, you might want to get a weapon. I think that's like the biggest recommendation for new players. Another thing is to gather these little blue things over here, which is what you're going to be using to level up. They're kind of like souls for Dark Souls, but you don't have to collect nearly as much as in Dark Souls to level up, and the level cap for this game right now is 40. Although the reason why I'm making a new character is because this is one of my last slots that I have to do something in, and the new update for this game is actually coming out soon. So that's another big thing to be hyped for if you are going to get into this game. Let's see. So yeah, my main objective is just killing slimes. I have 2 so far. I'll be able to go back soon once I get the oh, I only have 1 apparently. Thought I killed 2, but you know, whatever. The reason why I'm in a private server is because there's actually a merchant that comes around from time to time to give players items. Or, like, of course it costs money, he's a merchant, but, like, they give you, like, a couple of rare items can spawn, or some items that can give you an advantage, or, like, he'll sell accessories, which is, like, this game's version of like, held items in Pokemon, if you've ever played Pokemon. Basically, they'll buff a stat, and sometimes they can also be bad. Like, they can have negative status effects. Like, there's a ring. There is a ring in this game, or I guess a class of item called aggravation, that basically makes it so that you're a target. You're more likely to get targeted in a fight. I don't know if that works on field as well, like out here in the open. I'd assume so. But there's also positive ones, like there's ones where you can get more health, more defense, stuff like that. You know the basic shit. So that was my second slime, so I just need 1 more, and then I can complete the quest. I haven't decided what I'm actually going to use, so I should probably do that soon before I make any other decisions. I think I'm gonna go with sword. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with sword, because I can definitely make a sword build relatively easily. We have 40 gold and a couple slime chunks. We need 1 more. Oh shit, I actually forgot to do something. If you go into town, there's actually a quest system in this game that you should probably pick up as early as possible. Right here, this little quest board. And this is in every town in this game. There are multiple towns. Typically I'll just do slime cleaning, or I'll do like explore, like field research, because you can kill pretty much any enemy in the area. Or not, no, that's zombie mushrooms. Where is it? Investigating zombie mushroom, slimes. Alright, well I guess we're doing field research. Basically, they just want you to kill slimes and bring back the drops. Fairly basic. Actually lower this a bit. Oh, well. When you don't guard, you'll take bonus damage. I don't really have to worry about it. This isn't really a true legendary run, I guess. I just felt like doing a run by myself, because I usually level up with friends in like a party of like 3 or 2. And doing it solo just seemed easy, given that sometimes I do level up solo, like normally, but that's when I'm like way higher level, so I just want to see how difficult it is by yourself, and see what I can and cannot do. Alright, so that should be this guy's quest done. So he'll give you a reward, and he'll also give you an abhorrent elixir, which if you're going to be evil, I'd hold on to that. Otherwise, you can use it as a repel. Works like a repel in Pokemon. I think I am going to be evil, however. I might be able to, I may be able to go an assassin. I think an assassin would be good too. So I think I'll just do rogue. Because I don't have an assassin yet. But I do have a rogue already, which is why I'm, like, so tentative. Because I could pick my class right now. Since I have slime chunks, I can do my thing. Sorry about that. Alright, so now I think we want to level up. I could also be a brawler. Let me look at the, I'm gonna look at the wiki really quick. I think a blade dancer could also be cool. Let me look at the assassin class really quick. Maybe. I already have a rogue, so I can't go rogue, even though I think the class is really fun. And then my choices as a sword, I already have a paladin, so my choices would be berserker, blade dancer. I have used a blade dancer before, so I wouldn't be getting bonus points for that. And berserker requires parkour, which I suck at, so might go for monk, maybe? I heard monk was pretty good. I guess we'll go for monk. Yeah, I'll go for monk. It's not a class that I ever used. I have a brawler, but I don't have a monk. So I guess it's a good place to start, is getting the gauntlets. Alright, so for monk, usually you want to have all strength, obviously, so I'm just gonna be min-maxing in strength, because I have enough HP to survive pretty much anything that comes my way. Alright. I could have leveled up multiple times, but I'd rather save the essence, because I don't want the enemies to get too high level, or I will fuck myself over in the long run, because more level equals more enemies, and if I'm not prepared, I will get fucked up. Alright, so if you go over here, yeah, it's over here? No. Where's the... It's over here. So behind this, which is the quest board, you'll come up here, and you'll be able to pick your starter weapon, which costs a couple gold. It's like 50, I think. Yeah. So it's not that much. It's like a couple bandits, at least. You can sell your slime chunks at the drop bender, which is the icon with the scale next to this guy, and it's towards the side with the desert. If you want a landmark, let me actually max out my. There we go. As you can see over there, there's a desert. I don't know if you can see it, but there. Just know it's there. I like to sell some stuff in bulk, and then done deal. And it will sell all of the stuff that is sellable normally. It will not sell scrolls, skill scrolls. Normally, you have to do that yourself, one by one, which I don't like. I feel like they should like add like a proper sell menu. because as it stands, you have to hold the item in your hand and then sell it, and it's like it kind of gets annoying when you have like 30 items in your inventory. But for doing the starter quest, we actually got a skill called Daze. It inflicts a status effect called Weaken, which is really good early on and even in late game. And it is one of the only moves that does so without using an animation. What I mean by that is when you get your class skills and class dependent skills, it'll actually proc a little minigame that you have to complete, and if you fail said minigame, you will not attack. You will just skip your turn, and you won't be able to make a follow-up. So the game isn't like all just click a move and see what happens. There is some level of activity in the fights, which I kind of really like. So I'm just running around pretty much. This is basically what the early game looks like, even with a party. You're not really doing anything crazy. The enemies are pretty basic. Stuff's pretty normal. If you do find a thief and they use steel, don't even worry about it, because right after you can just kill them, and they will drop your gold back plus more. Sometimes. I don't actually know the chances on that. I just have a skill that buffs the amount of gold I receive in battle. The good thing about starting with Veneri, however, and the reason why I think it's one of the best beginner-friendly classes, is because not only do you get an increase in your attack based off how much gold you have in your inventory, but you also get bonus healing. A lot of the classes have that as like a natural skill, especially some of the starter ones, but Veneri is definitely the best one for that, and another skill which will have access to at level 5. So right now, the whole grind is basically just getting slime chunks at the beginning. You're not gonna be doing anything too crazy. Not gonna be taking many chances or anything like that. I mean, you could theoretically like go over there or over to the desert and farm faster, but you'd be running the risk of dying because there are a lot of enemies there. Like as soon as you walk in, you will get an encounter and a half there. So okay, sorry about that. Now we will actually be getting the we could get the first skill of the first move in our class, but I want to hold off on that for now and actually level up first. We'll be putting on our stats and strength, and then we'll be making a mad dash to the teacher for your to class up. I guess I'll be showing off the brawl or the starter class brawler location as well. So from here we'll get to level 5. I'm pretty sure with how much essence we have, which is what the currency is called. Every 5th level up, you get a bonus stat point. A little sound. That's the sound of a skill being learned. Oh, I'm wrong about that. That's for a different class. Anyway, since we're level 5, we can now I can now explain what I was talking about when I said that Veneri is probably the best starting class, or the best starting race rather. This class has a skill that allows you to do damage on turns that you can't attack. So on the opponent's turn. I'm going to show you how to do that in a bit, but I have to figure out which corner of the map has the brawler. I think it's over here actually. So you should be able to see like a stairway, or it's like a pile of rocks that looks like stairs. As you can see, there's 2 enemies now at level 5. We get 2 bandits instead of 1. which, I mean, it's just more stuff to dodge, more stuff to block, nothing too crazy. If they steal, honestly, you're better off just pressing enter. There's no reason to get the check. For the more moves that you dodge, the more, or the harder it is to dodge the next move. That's how that works. But as I was saying, it's an ability that does not need an animation. There's no proccing of a minigame or anything like that. And you get free damage on a turn. And all you have to do is block. Hell, you don't even have to block sometimes. Even if you do not block an attack, they will still take damage. It is one of the most broken abilities early game. Because it is capable, if you are min-maxing like me, to just one-shot literally everything. And a lot of monsters in this game hit you physically. Like, an overwhelming amount. So that shit is very good early on. Anyway, we're getting off track. Not really, but, you know. I think it's over here. You can grapple onto things if you just double tap spacebar. And if it's low enough. This is the location. So if you're looking for it, if you want a landmark, it is next to, it looks like the ox cart is over there. Just a fast travel point. Basically, you just want to look for a rock formation that looks like a staircase, either on that side or that side. And there's your guy. Train the fist, and you'll have to unlock pretty much everything with gold. They don't teach you for free. But, I mean, considering we have a decent amount of gold, I'm pretty sure we can just get everything. Yeah, so there's one more ability. I'm just like a couple gold short. But that's no problem. Okay, so the abilities that we did get allow us to do a couple of things. If you want to look at your abilities that you have, you can hit B, and it'll bring up the little menu. Sometimes it's buggy and it won't work, but most of the time it does. Strike. Just let them steal from you. Kill the one that stole from you. Yada, yada, yada. Nothing too crazy. Doesn't get too hard. When you are using fists, you get an ability that'll help you block a bit better. Like, it'll take reduced damage, which I think is good as well. I'm just going to use Daze. There we go. Alright. That gave us just enough to get the last ability. Which should be, if I remember correctly, not Pommel Strike. It's some ability. Barrage. Yeah, I completely forgot about Barrage. Barrage is another busted move. People even use it in late game, which is it's a multi-hit, pretty much. It'll always hit twice, or I think it's twice. I'm not sure, actually. It'll hit multiple times, basically. And for each hit, you have a chance to crit. And critting in this game is really easy to do, if you have the right build. So, critting in this game, it works a little bit similar to other games where it'll take your base strength stat or whatever stat you use to inflict the damage that you're calculating, and then it'll put a modifier on that damage. So right now my crit damage base is 1.75. So basically I'll be doing my base damage times 1.75, and you can make that crit multiplier higher, up to like I think the highest I saw was like 6 or something crazy. So you could have no investment in a stat, and you could still be doing crazy damage just because you have the ability to crit for 6 times your original damage. So it makes things like Rogue, where they would like to go like full luck for item farming, just a breeze in terms of like viability, especially with bosses, because despite them not having any strength stat, if you have like anything in your skill tree and you multiply that by your crit modifier, you will literally still do as much damage as someone who has like 150 strength, and it gets crazy late game. It gets really cool. Which is another really cool thing I like about this game is the flexibility you have in terms of min maxing. You don't have to go max out in your attacking or your offensive ability just to do damage. There's other ways of getting the same amount of viability off of someone who's like going full strength or full dexterity or something like that. Or full endurance. I mean fucking Arcane. My fault. I should probably go into detail about the stats in a bit. Or the primary stats, just to explain them a bit. Although I think that the level up screen does a bit of a better job than I could, so I'm just gonna go level up and show you guys when we get there. Oh, wrong one. Ah, my mouse is stuck. There we go. Anyway, to level up, you should press the M on the platform and it'll do the thing for you. I'll explain what that over there is when we get to something that actually like happens over there. Right now, I don't really have to go into it. So as you're leveling, you'll just be putting it in stats that you need. For most people, I'd recommend going at least like 10 or 15 in endurance early on, just so you can tank a bit. Just to get your HP like well over 50-ish. I think that's a decent area to be, like mid to late game. By end game, you'll have enough HP from just simply leveling up to not have to worry about the endurance stat. And you'll also be good enough to dodge pretty much everything because you'll have seen a lot of shit. Because this game, despite me leveling so fast and whatnot, this game is hard. This game is very hard, especially on legendary difficulty. Anyway, now that we did that, I think it's about time I go for an armor set, maybe? Let's get the Shadowy Crook. Should be 190 gold. Okay. So we have 2 slime chunks, which should sell. It should sell for quite a bit. Here we go. Here is the seller. Yada yada yada. I'd like to sell some stuff in bulk. Done deal. That is 145. Alright, I need 196 to get the armor, and then I have to craft it, which is another price tag on top of it. So I probably need around like 300-ish. Now that we're level 8, we should be getting harder fights as well. So that's a good thing to look out for. I'll just go into detail. Strength is basically any physical hit. It'll usually scale off strength. Arcane, any magic, like fireball or anything like that, or just magic missile. It'll scale off arcane. Endurance is your health stat. It'll bring up your base, it'll bring up your defense, pretty much. You'll be able to tank attacks better, more HP, just good all around. Speed does 2 things. Speed will increase your chance of dodging, but it will also increase your base run speed. So you could fucking zoom if you have max out speed. And on top of that, there's actually a secret third thing that it can do. Where if you have a high enough attack stat, abilities from some bosses that are undodgeable will actually give you a small chance to dodge them, which I think is pretty cool. So Vine Trap is one of those abilities that stuns you for a turn, like I was talking about before. Gives you the status effect stunned, which is this little star down here. So whenever you have that status effect, you can start worrying because you are stunned for a turn. So you will take damage guaranteed from something. I'm just gonna put down a burst trap. Don't really care about the grass spirit. I'm gonna kill it with barrage anyway. Smack is going to kill the slime, and then I can just pretty much. I mean, I could strike the slime. It'll probably dodge. It probably won't. We got our first accessory as well from that slime, so that's cool. And I'm just gonna barrage this. That's the minigame I was talking about earlier. One thing I don't like is that I think, in my opinion at least, the multi-hits should proc multiple dodge chances. Because, like, you're hitting it multiple times. I feel like it should do that. Oh, that should be coping. Because I hate the dodge in this game, and the fact that enemies can even dodge in the first place. But we won't talk about that. Anyway. So I'm not really worrying about anything, pretty much. Because Monk, I can't actually... Oh, actually, I can get Monk. So let's go do that now. Or not, I can't get it, but I can prepare to get it anyway. So you'll need a couple of things. So Monk, for a Brawler, is actually the positive aligned one. So you're going to need a couple of things, but the main thing you're going to need is something that you can get from the area over... If I can find it, I'm going to have to go to the middle again. You'll need 33 Everthistle, and then something called the Cryostem. You'll need one. You'll need one for each 3, so that's around... I want to say 13 or 12 or 11 maybe? 11. I think 11 is fine. Let's see, okay, so it's opposite the bridge, so it's over here. Yeah, it's over here. Come over here, and this over here is Deep Forest. So it'll say the crossing, and then you run a little bit more north. And you will get to this area over here, which is Deep Forest. Or I think this is called the Deep Forest. I don't actually know what it's called. There's a teacher up there for another stat. Oh, hello. I think I'm going to use a trap this time around. These guys can poison, and it does get problematic if you don't dodge. Let's see. Let's just strike one. Hopefully we crit. Nope, it dodged. Acid Spit, dodge that. Another Acid Spit, dodge that as well. One more Acid Spit, I'm assuming. Yep, and that one's gonna land, but that's fine. For the poison, because I only got hit with 1 stack, or I only got hit with 3 stacks, it won't be that long, and I'm pretty sure I out heal it with my my HOT, which is healing over time for those not initiated in the RPG lingo. So yeah, these guys are all probably gonna kill themselves by smacking me. See, I blocked, still took damage, and it's still out there as well. So yeah, it basically, it's guaranteed 2 hits on a turn that you're not moving. So then I could just hit the slime that's weakened to weaken them all, and then if you're playing with a party, this would be the time when someone would use their AoE, if any, which usually you wouldn't have AoE this early, but if you're playing with a friend, obviously they'll have AoE. If they're like carrying you or something like that. So this would be the part where you just wipe the floor with the rest of the slimes. So since I'm playing by myself, the match will drag on a little longer than it should. This right here, I'll explain this mechanic after the fight. It's not relevant right now or at all in the forest. It'll be a lot more relevant later on, though. Just gonna strike this last one, and that'll be the end of that fight. Something going on over here. Some guy up there. I think that's another trainer. Anyway, you go up these stairs, and you will find a little mountainside. Pretty much. Don't fall. There is fall damage in this game. If you fall, you'll probably die from this height. But you want to find these little things right here, which are cryostems. And you use these in this game's alchemy system to make potions that you will need to get your superclass, which is basically like your tier 2 of your base class, which is martial artist, if you are using gauntlets like me. There's also a teacher here for the people who are using spear. That's where you find your I think this is the neutral spear class, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's the neutral spear class. So neutral classes don't really... Okay, so I should probably explain the class system. So there's 3 different paths that you can take as a player in this game. You can take an evil path, you can take a good path, or you can take a neutral path. Neutral classes are the classes that don't really need a good nor evil to have access to. So for gauntlets, for example, would be Brawler. Brawler, you don't need to be good or evil, you can take it whenever you want, and the only caveat is that the skills that you get for being a Brawler cost a lot more than your typical good or evil skills. However, for good and evil, sometimes you'll have to go to dangerous areas or do like some sort of puzzle or parkour or something like that in order to get access to the classes, and those classes are typically a little better than your neutral classes. However, there are a few classes that stick out as being a lot better than your good and evil classes. But since I'm going for a good class here, I'll have to do a couple of extra things. But usually, if you were going for a neutral class, you wouldn't have to skip this part, or you would just skip this part pretty much, because you don't really have to do anything for neutral at all. You just need money. You just need gold, which would be just a bit more farming on your part when it comes to like bandits and just normal mobs in general. But yeah, you just wait here for a bit until you have 11 cryoStem, which I already do. I'm going to take one more because I tend to fuck up the recipe sometimes when I'm making it, so I'm going to take one more just to be sure. So you can just go up and down these stairs pretty much, and they'll spawn. Some of them spawn over there. I'm actually surprised that none did spawn over there. But they usually spawn on these steps. And they don't take that long to spawn, as you see. Like, you can just go back and forth over and over again. Usually after, like maybe, 10 minutes, you'll have 11. I'm just being extra cautious and getting 12. Wow, this is actually taking a pretty long time to spawn. Just make sure I didn't pass one. Alright, I don't want to wait too long if it's not needed. I'm just gonna jump down. Not too bad. It's not too far, it's not too high rather. So now you gotta just run back. You can also reset, but I like running back because any EXP is good EXP. I'm gonna put on this old Ring of Chance. You can wear 4 accessories in total. 1 ring, 1 necklace, 1 artifact, and 1 earring. And they increase your stats. I could go over all of them, but I rather just link the Trello in like the comments after the stream, and it'll pretty much tell you what every item does. Ring of Chance, I will explain though. It increases your crit chance by a set amount, depending on your luck stat, I think, is what the scaling is based off of. Since my luck stat's pretty, like, above average, which is like 7, because I have a couple of points in the luck side of the skill tree. I don't really need to, worry about my luck stat. I crit more than your average player, that's for sure. I was hoping that one of the slimes that I hadn't weakened had hit the trap. That's fine. Not too bad. How many turns of poison? 6? Jesus Christ. How the fuck did that happen? I'm gonna thin the herd first. Oh, that was our guild quest complete. When you complete a guild request, you will get like a fuck ton of essence. And usually you'll get gold as well. Like me, I just got gold there. So that's good. Why am I barraging a slime that has 0.1 HP? Hey, I crit. I should probably mention that for multi-hits, you also have a chance to or I think I did already mention this, but I don't think I quite explained it a bit. Like, I need to, like, exaggerate exactly how much this shit matters. So, oh, hey, low broken necklace of power. That's actually really good because it increases my my strength stat. You can see how much your strength stat is modified by the points here, the points in the brackets. Your base stat would be your you know, the first point. But yeah, so yeah, sky, clouded, dark energy. This is known as dark sky, I think, if I remember correctly. Basically what happens is some enemies, most enemies actually, they get a stat boost, like a raw, like, strength boost. They are very dangerous when they have this because they do more damage and they take very much longer to kill. They could have upwards of double their original health stat, and it gets really dangerous. However, this does not affect the mobs in the forest, because that would be unbalanced as fuck, and people would be wiping left and right, because they don't know how to play this game. So, to counteract that, mobs in the forest can't really have Dark Sky, ever. If they do, something is very much wrong, and you should probably seek help. I'm just gonna kill the slime. Don't want this thing alive. Block the grass bolt. There we go. 2.7, not bad. Strike the grass spirit. Hopefully crit. No crit, but I just hit like a truck because of the equipment I'm getting, and I'm getting very lucky with it. I'm just gonna barrage to finish it off. It should kill. Yep. So yeah, we have enough Cryostem and we have enough Everthistle in order to make the potions that we need to make. So the recipe for the potions, actually, I'll probably make the potions first and then sell what I have left afterwards. So to make potions, if you don't have a specific subclass, which I'm going to go over what subclasses are in a bit when I actually get one. I don't know if it'll be this stream or the next stream, because I'm not going to go all the way to 40 in this stream. That'll probably take forever. But you got to go to the mixing spot, which is over here, the little potion shop. The reason why I got more Everthistle than I needed was because if you put a Everthistle in with a slime chunk and you mix it all together, you will get a small healing potion. Which is good, because this guy right here will be pretty useful after we're done making the potions that we need, which is the good rank potions. So, or whatever the fuck they're called. I will figure out the name when we get them. So the recipe is as follows: 3 Everthistle and 1 Cryostem. Remember that recipe and the muscle memory required to do it, because you might actually make a mistake. So 1, 2, 3, then 1. Hit the thing, and it will give you the heart soothing remedy, which is basically the good potion for good EXP, pretty much. You do it the wrong way, and it will fizzle like that, which now I don't have enough, which means I have to go get 1 more Cryostem, like a dumbass. Wow, I can't believe I did that. I knew I should have stayed longer to get the 12th one. Anyway, that's the animation for fucking up. Anyway. Since I'm so used to it, I can, like, speed up. Anyway, I gotta go back and fucking get it. If this was a video, which I probably make it a video, I can just jump cut. I might actually make this a video, just considering the fact that I'm saying so much. And it might be informative, it might be like a little guide for the people who want to play this game, who need like a little bit of a guide. This is just I mean, you could watch the live version if you really want something in depth, because I go a lot more into detail, but I'll make like a supercut of this video, of this stream at least, and I'll post it up, and I'll I'll use it as a guide, I guess, because I can just reuse the footage to like explain what I'm talking about. Anyway. Running back this way because I need to get more Carnostool because I'm stupid. I'm surprised we haven't got an encounter yet. That's actually very suspicious. So you need 11 in order to get max, what's the word? Max reputation, I guess, is what the system would be called in other RPGs. Hello. Yeah, I was wondering why I wasn't getting any fucking encounters. I'm just gonna strike you because you're lower HP. Almost killed. One thing I do like about this game is that your sense of progression does, like, you do actually feel like you're doing more damage because you are. Your stats matter. Take notes, other games. I'm just going to strike it again. You can use strike literally every turn. You don't have to worry about any cooldowns or anything. I should have probably mentioned that some skills do have cooldowns. Like, I can't use multiple burst traps in one turn. Usually you can see how many turns it'll take to recharge the skill. So this will take 6, this will take 4, this will take 5, this will take 1, or this will take, yeah, whatever. If you take too long, you will also, yeah, it'll skip your turn. I don't know if I mentioned that. I probably did, because I'm just looking for things to fill in the void. Anyway. Bink, and we move. We need Carnostool. I guess I should probably change the stream title to like Monk Progression or something like that. Here it is. One thing I will say, if you are collecting Carnostool, that will kill you. Do not fall there. It will just one-shot you. If you have another life, it won't. But if you're like me and you're in Legendary mode, it will just fuck you up. There is no coming back from that. That is an L. And you'll just have to take it, I guess. Anyway, now that we have our last Carnostool, or last Cryostem, we can, I was calling them Carnostools. So that's actually the evil reputation thing you're supposed to get. This is our first encounter with the zombie shrooms. Zombie shrooms are basically the equivalent to golems, and you'll understand what I mean by golems. They're the equivalent to golems in this area. They're very dangerous. They have multiple abilities. They probably have the most abilities out of any mob. Shroom Punch, it does things, very bad things. Spore, yeah, just to show exactly how much damage Trap can do. Literally, it just two-shotted it. And then I could just go in for the days. And the fight is done. Like, normally I would have to hit it with a barrage. Then I'd have to pray that I get a high roll on my strike, and then it would die. Because normally my barrage wouldn't kill. I think. I'm not sure. I didn't actually do the calcs, but, you know, it's whatever. I don't know the damage calculation in this game. The only one I know off the top of my head is Pokemon. If you guys do see the VOD for the stream, and you've made it this far, comment down below any games that you guys want me to play. I'm willing to buy games if you guys want to see me play that on live stream. I can do pretty much anything if I'm bored. I'm gonna be streaming a lot this semester because like it's my last semester and I kind of want to get my like toes like pretty deep into the waters of YouTube because I'm gonna be doing it a lot because of my career that I'm going for. So you know this is like pretty much the kickstart to my my whole future pretty much. So hopefully I can make a little like a side, like this will be like a side hobby for me pretty much. But oh, this NPC right here heals you to full for the low price of whatever the fuck the price is. Hold up. Interested one, need some healing, although since you're quite unusual it'll cost you 50. So yeah, the price that the price depends on a number of factors. There are skills that'll make the price lower. There are races that'll just make the price lower naturally, and then there are also difficulty also directly affects the those sellers of the heal. So since I'm on the highest difficulty, it'll take 50, which is literally like a 1/3 of my financial situation right now. All right. Anyway, so we got to go back to the potion place, which is over here, and we have to make the last potion. We're actually going to use that guy as well, so I'm going to use a different one because I'm not sure if the last recipe I was doing saved on there, so we're just going to go to this one. 2, 3, 1, bam. Alright, so now we have all the heart-soothing remedies. You're going to want to camp. You're going to want to be at full HP, obviously, because there is a caveat to using these potions. And that caveat is that they do damage, and it's percent-based. It'll do 10% each time, so you can only drink from full HP 9 potions before you have to heal. So a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll heal when they're at half because they're scared. But I'm just going to throw this out there right now and drink the potions for you so you don't have to count yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did not die. So now I can save money on a heal and just say yes, please. And it'll heal me back to full, and I can just drink the last 2 safely without spending money on 3 heals. Now I just streamline it to 2, and I have enough HP to win the next fight and heal from that. So once you're done that, there's actually one thing that you want to do here before you head out and officially start your journey. There's actually 2 things, rather. So the first thing is you want to get armor. That's like rule number 1. And the quickest armor to get without any RNG whatsoever is the Shadowy Crook armor. Don't even bother with the Explorer armor. That shit is ass. Don't bother with it. The Shadowy Crook will always be better than that stat-wise because it's more beneficial to have those stats that the Shadowy Crook gives you than the Explorer armor. So we're going to ignore the Explorer armor overall. So once you get all that done, and you have your small potion of healing from using 1 Everthistle and 1 Slime Chunk, you can take your small healing potion, and you can sell the rest of your stuff in bulk, just to see how much money you're working with. I'm working with 670, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to buy the armor, or the armor set. So you go to Shadowy Crook, hit purchase, and now you have learned the blueprint for it. You go over here, you go to Shadowy Crook, and create. And now it'll just equip the armor. And yeah, you're good overall. I'm going to keep the Abhorrent just because it'll be useful later. And then we can go ahead and go to... We can go... Where do we go? Oh, right, okay. So there's 2 things you can do. So you can go over to the potion shop that you were just in, which is over here, and talk to the guy that I was referring to earlier, this guy right here. What's wrong? I can get you one. He'll basically ask for a small healing potion, which we now have, and I told you the recipe for, so you can go back to this video and you can just take that little. I'll probably leave like a timestamp for like useful information in the comments, so you guys can just skim. But you would craft it here, and then you would take it back to him while holding it. Don't drink it. Talk to him first, and then say yeah here, take it, and he will take it from you, and it'll say on the top of your screen, your good deeds fill you with strength, and you're on the side. You're now officially good, pretty much. There's one more thing that you have to do before you can get your class, but as of now, you're pretty much set. So now, before you leave, there's actually one thing that you have to do here before you go to the next area, which is the desert. And that is going into... There's a NPC in the back of one of these houses. It's the one that was standing near the wall. Hit this guy, I think. Okay, no, he just tells you to get a guild request. This guy right here. This guy, this distraught-looking guy. Oh, hello there. I was just thinking of how I could get through the desert to my friend. Could I help? Oh, that'd be super helpful. He's in the ruins over in the desert right now. I just need you to deliver this package. Consider it done. Really appreciate it. His name is Jaith. He'll probably give you some sort of reward. And then you don't have to come back to that NPC. It's not like one of those. It'll just give you the reward once you deliver the letter. So you don't really have to worry about that in the future. But now that we have done all we need to do, there's nothing more here for us. I'm going to check just in case at the brawler guy, but I'm pretty sure we have all the abilities we can get. So you go over here to this side, right over here, and then just for the people who still don't know where to go, past the house that I just passed, go straight over here, jump over here, and go up this rock formation right here. And he'll be behind this big-ass rock over here. There'll probably be Everthistle along it that you can pick up. Everthistle is always useful. If you have a slime chunk, that's a free healing potion. Literally free. Talk to this guy if you have any more. Already as good as me. When they say that, or something along those lines, they have nothing more to teach you. So you can go ahead and go to your super class. Or do what I told you about the potions. So now that we are done there, I think it's about time we head towards the desert. Which is not over here, but over there. Just pick up this Everthistle over here. There's a huge chunk over here. You want to have Everthistle at all times, because Everthistle is the base for pretty much every potion, every useful potion in the game. So having a decent, having at least a stack of these things is pretty good. So, anytime you're running across the forest, be sure to, check the trees. They grow all around the tree bases of all these trees, pretty much. Not the small ones, but, the bigger ones, like this one, this fat one. They'll usually be around the base, if you're lucky. Or, yeah, just take what I said with a grain of salt. Some of these trees have Everthistle at their base. That's all you gotta know. And, they'll grow in abundance. They respawn pretty fast. So you'll never be in a public server and, wishing that you could farm Everthistle, because you could just walk to the next tree. And there'll probably be some spawned already. Honestly, you could go back and forth between these two trees if both of them, and they'll probably, you'll probably be able to, just get them infinitely. Did I pass the desert? I did. This card over here, fast travel, and then, yep, desert's over here. So we're going to the desert. I should probably heal. That'd probably be the safe way to start this. The desert grind. Where is the guy to heal? He's over here. Yeah, I'd rather heal from this guy. Maybe I should. No, I already used my slime chunks. I'm surprised I didn't get a single encounter while running over here as well. Anyway, follow this path. It'll take you to the desert. I think I like streaming more than recording more, because less stuff can happen. And I can still have salvageable footage as well if I do end up wanting to make a something out of the stream, like a video or something. So anyway, you just walk through here. And this guy here will heal you. You can just ignore him though. What we're trying to do is actually further in. Hello. This is a sand elemental. They will blind you and they will be overall annoying. But this guy doesn't really matter to us because we are so strong. Sand screen, it'll blind you for a turn and it'll make your moves less accurate, so it gives them higher dodge chance. But Broski could not dodge there. Because I am too powerful. Anyway, come over here and you talk to the guy right there. I recommend talking to every one of these carts. Just pick up this Carnostool. If you're evil, that's the plant you would combine with the Everthistle in the same exact recipe, just a mirrored recipe. So it would be 1 Carnostool and 3 Everthistle instead of 1 Carnostool and, or instead of 3 Everthistle and 1 Cryostem. Same recipe, pretty much. I'd like to register this location. We'll do. And there you should be registered to travel. The first town's always registered, so you don't ever have to worry about it. Everything around this area here is safe, pretty much. It's treated as a town, so no monsters can spawn around here. If you go too far out, though, you will get attacked. I'm actually going to level up a bit, so we have a higher HP pool to work with when we're grinding here. Basically, once you're past level 8 or level 10, depending on your skill level, maybe you want to push it to 15. But that's overdoing it, in my opinion. I mean, if you're a bit like if you're on your P's and Q's, you'll be able to react relatively easily here. And you've probably grown accustomed to the game at this point, if you've gotten this far. Just do what you've been doing, and you'll be fine. Get some equipment, level up a bit, and you'll just be grand. Just have a grand old jolly old time. From here, you actually want to get to level 20, which is quite the leap from level 8, which you will probably arrive here at. If you are scared of the mobs here, one of my other recommendations is use an abhorrent elixir, which the recipe for it, if I remember correctly, is 1 Carnostool, or you can just buy them. They're really cheap at the potion shop. I think it's 1 Carnostool and 1 Everthistle. I can actually test that theory right here. So instead of using your 3 for your evil potions, you'll just use 1. So 1 and then a Carnostool. And then you just take your thing, and you'll get... Oh, no, that's a minor energy elixir, which I'm actually going to make a lot of these, because I need them. If you get these, that's actually a really good recipe to remember. I'm thankful that I remembered that. Basically, this game functions on an energy system in combat. I should have probably explained that at the start. But each turn, you'll get 1 or 2 energy, depending on a number of factors. Your race can give you a bunch of energy. In excess, you'll get... If your class gives it same deal as like with crits and stuff and speed and whatnot and dodge chances. It's all, there's a bunch of factors, but just know that you can get anywhere between like 1 to 3 energy per turn, depending on like your class and whatnot. But this lets you start the fight with 2 energy all the time, as long as you use a potion before a fight, not during, but before. You can use it during. But it's better to use it before, because you'll have the 2 energy at the start, and then you'll also be able to use another minor energy potion to get to 3 in the first turn. So if you have a more expensive skill like Burst Trap or something like that you really want to get off as fast as possible, that's what you would use the minor energy elixirs for. And they're really cheap. Like, you can literally camp this. What I would usually do is I'd get like a bunch of slime cores or a bunch of slime chunks. Come over here, make a bunch of healing potions, then come over to the town, make a bunch of energy elixirs, and then just, like, run around the town like an idiot. But what I was saying before is, you get your abhorrent potion, and it'll give you around 60, like a minute, pretty much, 60 seconds to just get to where the hell you gotta get. And you don't run slow in this game in the slightest, so getting from here to there should not take more than a minute for you, unless you're running, like, Paladin, and you're, like, the slowest class in the game. But otherwise, yeah, you'll be able to get here with relative ease. I'm going to show off how useful the minor elixirs are in this next fight. So, just pop one. As you can see, I start with 2. When you see you have 2, you can wait. You don't have to walk around in this game. You get encounters by just existing. So, I probably won't be able to, because I can't use Burst Trap on these enemies because they don't have any physical moves. So just Barrage. I can use Barrage turn 1 pretty much without worrying about anything, which will pretty much almost kill this guy since I got a lucky crit. Sandblast, it'll do a bit, but I don't really have to worry about it. Guard again. Then I just go ahead and strike this thing and it's dead. All in one turn pretty much. Dust Bomb. You want to avoid that. Really annoying move. I think it does like 12 damage base. I'm going to daze this thing just to weaken it so I can strike the next turn and kill it, hopefully. Or actually, no, weakened, if I remember correctly, it just debuffs their attack stat, which is like a growl in Pokemon. I'm blinded, but it does not matter, for you see, you are dead. Oh, he's Weave Nation. Hold up. Oh, I'm throwing. Let him cook. Psych, no. That's it. Just chug another one, and we get to the next fight. That gave me, in that one fight, I got pretty much 200 essence from that. There's also a healer over here in this building. Right here. And then there's also the swordsman, or the class teacher for paladin, if you are a paladin, or if you want to be one. If you have the sword as your starter weapon, that's where you get paladin. It's the good class, so you would have to do the same thing I'm doing for gauntlets. Would apply to the same thing for sword. Basically, it's like literally mirrored. The only difference being your starter weapon and your starter class. That's it. Everything else is pretty much the same in terms of like what potion you need to drink and whatnot, and the quest that you have to do. Oh, which reminds me, when you're here, this is actually the place where you also have to deliver that letter, which you can do to this guy right here. You walk. No, it's not this guy. This guy. Walk to this guy, and then I'm busy. I'm waiting for a package for a friend. I have it. Oh, did Poira send you? Thank the lords, yada yada yada. He gives you a small healing potion. And an abhorrent. So that's cool. Get another abhorrent potion from that. So if you use your abhorrent getting here, you can also get one for free and pretty much not lose anything. And you're here, so you can also get the cart, which means you can go back and forth pretty much without encounters, just with the cost of like a small amount of gold. It's like 100 or 120 in order to travel from town to town. Anyway, when you're in Waving Sands, that's when you start getting encounters. Anything beyond that would be this town, which the Old Ruins is the place. Anything that is within the confines of the Old Ruins is pretty much where you never get attacked. Otherwise, you are bare ass to the elements, and you must cope. I'm going to set up Burst Trap, because I can, and that should weaken both of them. 35, 31, and another 31. There you go. Now I can finish pretty much both of them off with just a strike. That's one. Block that. That's two. Oh, I missed. Thankfully, we blocked that. And then he's dead. There you go. Drink another minor. That, never mind. You don't want to go too far from the town. So if you are like out and about, you won't die. If you have to get to town very fast, you could just stand out here. I'm actually going to go that way in a bit because there's something I want to show off. Oh, I could have used a burst trap. I forgot. Now I got crit blinded. Oh, come on. Dust bomb. Thank God I dodged that. Hate that move. Oh, I blocked. Well, it inflicts you with vulnerable. Horrible status effect. That's the status effect that makes you more susceptible to damage. Oh, fuck. I'm not really worried, though. Yeah, I dodged, and it wore off this turn, so my regen procs. I am going to strike this Sand Elemental and hopefully land. Thank you. Don't really care about the Dust Bomb. That's fine. If my HP gets too low, I'll just drink a potion. It's good to have those on the ready. But as you can see, if you don't plan this shit out, you will get fucked here. This is a really difficult terrain to navigate. So if you don't have a party, you might want to not, you know? Let's see. Necklace of Power, Broken Necklace of Impact. What's better? I don't even know. 12, but it gives me a 25% crit. Whereas this one gives me more 34 in exchange for what? So it goes from 12 to 16. So I'm gonna stay with the broken ring, or the old ring of chance. I'm actually gonna use up the thing. I'm trying to find a certain enemy so I can show off just how good Burst Trap can be. And you need to be a certain level in this biome in order to encounter that enemy. Now level 14 with 40 in strength. Actually, it might be better if I just ran there now. So if you go over here, oh, I thought it was Dark Sky. I was about to say. I'll probably end the stream when the next Dark Sky happens, which might actually be in a couple minutes. Typically in a private server, it happens at like on the hour is one of the like the guaranteed ones, quote unquote, that I found. It's pretty consistent with 1 hour and 10 minutes. It might just be RNG though, but I've gotten a lot of dark. Oh, nice crit. I don't really care. That is the Elementalist, which is the, I think it's the neutral class for Wizard. Or no, I think the neutral class for Wizard is Hexer. So that would be the good class for Hexer, for Wizard. Which is, again, a mirror of basically my current progression. Going over here, we find ourselves in a Sanctuary of the Blades, which is basically a guild in this game. pretty much, this game's version of guilds. I'm going to this individual right here to sell stuff in bulk. It'll give me 900, and it will also allow me to join the guild, which if you go down here... Oh, no, it's actually the other way around. You go down here, dig down again. I haven't been into this place in a while. Here we go. You go to this entrance here where the sign is, and you hit a left immediately, and then you go here. Where do I join? You want to join? Rizar over there at his big desk. He'll set you up. So he tells you that you got to go to this guy over here who is looking at papers. Talk to him, and then you say, who are you? Could I join your covenant? I want to join, and there you go. I suggest Blades of the World for anybody who is using physical attacks, because this gives you, if you don't have already, it gives you access to pretty rare quests. And it allows you to get more, or it gives you quests that give you higher rewards, more essence, more gold, and whatnot. So it's good to invest money and gold into these guys, because it's more of a payoff later on in the adventure. So I'm just going to put like 230, and then I'm going to pick up a quest from here since I'm doing stuff. It seems like there's nothing for... Okay. Sandy Extermination. I'll pick that one up, I guess. It's weird. I can't pick anything up from here. It's weird. I guess I can't yet. Which, I mean, okay, fair enough. You probably need another rank. The price will get higher and higher for each rank you get in the Covenant, and you get more passives and stuff, up to the point where you can like survive a lethal hit if you like max it out, and it's relatively easy to max it out late game. Because you'll just be so strong that you'll be wiping the floor with literally everything. So you never have to worry about like being overwhelmed by enemies or anything like that, because you'll have AoEs and whatnot, depending on your class, obviously. Some classes don't have AoE, but, you know, it's just something to keep in consideration when you're doing solo progression like I am. Or you could just not. If you think you're him, you can just go and balls to the wall and not care about AoE at all, or anything with solo progression. Just fucking brute force it like I'm doing right now. I mean, who's gonna stop you? Definitely not the Desert Bandits. Watch as I say that, he gets like a triple quit and fucking blinds me somehow. Because I'm so lucky. Dust implode, fuck you! Bink. Wow. I actually don't remember what Daze does. I'm gonna have to look that up later. I'll probably put it in the updated description. Anyway, after we're done joining the guild, you'll also get like a Blades of the World title on your character. Other players can see it. You can also turn it off over here, I think. No, you can't. Never mind. But you'll just get a Blades of the World next to your username, pretty much. Actually, how long have we been streaming? I think 15 is a good place to stop for today, because I don't want to condense all of my leveling into one stream. I feel like I could like do a couple more streams of this at least. So we'll get to level 15 and then we'll stop. Actually, get to level 16 maybe. Yeah, we can definitely get to level 16 here. I love how my character T-poses after I'm done. After I'm done him, or after I get the fucking distribute points to stream. I've seen fucking T-posing like that one Dark Souls character everybody likes. Anyway, level 16. We got pretty far in the first stream. I don't think we're ever going to die. Again, I like playing things safe, but I know what the fuck I'm doing, so Again, I'm probably not going to die in this run at all, because I've done this before. Again, I've leveled by myself before, just not from 1 to 40, so it should be fine. But yeah, that'll be the first stream of the day, pretty much, or like of the new year, I guess. This is the first stream of the new year, now that I think about it. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, if you are watching the VOD, I hope you guys enjoyed the VOD. And yeah, that being said, I hope you guys stay safe. See ya.